right, the final minute, because I've read columns today saying it's the greatest title game of all time, which it's not. But
Wait, what is? We had this debate with all the CBS guys and the Turner guys last night. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, remember now, you have back-to-back made threes, including a game-winning, like the buzzer goes off with the ball in the air. I mean, the Marcus Page shot, frankly, some missed free throws, a little bit of a choke job there from Villanova before Chris Jenkins hits the shot. Like, what is? And it was a very well-played game.
I think it's the best finish. It's you haven't
Definitely
had
the best finish.
Yeah, you haven't had back-to-back shots of that magnitude. But I still look at when Georgetown and Villanova played the perfect game.
Yep.
They had to play the perfect game, and they beat Patrick Ewing. That invincibility that Georgetown had. You didn't have invincibility last night with North Carolina. Patrick Ewing, Georgetown.
But Nova had played them close earlier in the year twice.
Absolutely.
2 times.
Absolutely.
So we kind of retell the tale of Villanova in '85 and make it seem like it was David versus Goliath.
No, it wasn't. And I've said that many times on the show. It's not as big of an upset, but they played a perfect game. I think NC State against Phi Slamma Jamma from a tactical standpoint was one of the greatest. They foul the Alvin Franklin. I think they won you wanted Valvano wanted the kid on the line because he thought that he would miss. You beat a team with 2 of the 50 greatest players of all time, and you had guys who you had Thurl Bailey who played in the NBA.
I think you're changing the argument just a little, Dan, because we're talking about the greatest game. Like, not who has the best. Like, the players now aren't as good as the player. I mean, we're just not because of the one and dones. We've lost so many incredibly talented players. Like, I think the argument that people are making, or at least that I would make, is just the game itself. Carolina. First, both teams were making shots early. North Carolina, look how well they shot from 3. That's not a good 3-point shooting team, but that's the way in which you have to beat Villanova. And they were, they're up 7. Right before the half, then only up 5. Then, Villanova comes storming back up 10. Then Carolina ties it on a miracle 3. I think the argument is just the game itself is in the conversation of best gameplay of all time, and then you get the best finish in the history of the NCAA Final Four.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.